Welcome, huge movie fanatic Nate, stopping on by. This time I'm coming your way to review a bit of Yuletide horror. I guess, I don't know if is this horror? I don't know. It might not even be horror. We'll just say Yuletide Cinematic Joy. This is a title that I was aware of for several years. The cover art kept popping up on Prime Video or various streaming sites and whatnot. And for some reason I have a recollection that it was like rated PG-13. I don't know why I never saw this until recently, but I ended up seeing it on Prime when it was still free. I think just days before it went to be unfree on Prime. Don't you love stuff like that where streaming services, it's on there, it's not on there, it's on there, it's free, it's still on there, it's not free. Gotta love it. But I was able to catch it before it went unfree, coming your way to review the movie from, I don't know what the hell it was, 2015, 16, 17-ish, by the name of Better Watch Out. If you've seen a lot of my reviews on this channel, particularly of like the horror Christmas genre, you'll know that I'm a big fan of like the horror Christmas genre. Again, like I say, this I don't know if you necessarily call this a horror film. It's more, maybe it's more of a thriller. What's interesting about it is it's actually really unique, and this is going to be a weird review because unlike so many movies, like this one is like huge. Like if you don't know what it's about, I don't want to spoil it, and if you don't know what it's about, I encourage you to not watch the trailer before you watch it, because when Beth and I watched this for the first time, I'd never seen the trailer, and I was just like, yeah, the twist, I was very welcome, unexpected, and just like, wow, that's kind of cool. Now, if you know anything about Christmas horror movies, you'll know there's a movie by the name of Christmas Evil. You might wonder, God, why didn't they use this title before for like a Christmas horror movie or Christmas thriller movie? Well, the thing is, they did. The guy who wrote and directed Christmas Evil, his actual title for Christmas Evil is Better Watch Out. So this title had actually been used in the early 80s for one of the first Christmas horror movies. Unfortunately, the distributor or whatever changed it to Christmas Evil. And you can't blame them. I mean, Christmas Eve, just like with New Year's Evil, Eve, you can't blame the distributor for like streamlining it. But Better Watch Out is a great title as well for like a Christmas horror movie or Christmas thriller. Pretty much all I can say without ruining this movie is it's about just a babysitter babysitting this one kid who's got this friend who shows up, and things get treacherous. I mean, that's like all I can say without ruining the movie. And like I say, Keith years and years ago, was like late 90s or early 2000s, showed me this movie. Keith and I should actually review the movie on this channel. But if you're not familiar with the Peter Weller movie Of Unknown Origin, we were just sitting around his place, and he's like, let me just show you this. And I didn't know anything about that movie, and he just showed it to me, and it was just great to watch that movie Of Unknown Origin with Peter Weller, and not knowing what it's about, and just seeing it unfold. And it's a real treat. This movie reminded me of that, because I had no idea what it was about. And then just to see it unfold in the little, the little switcheroo or the little plot twist or whatever the hell you want to call it that it does, it's like, wow, that was really cool. And for a movie made, not long ago, frickin' less than 10 years ago, I thought that was really, really cool, and something that it's just a bummer that, because we watched the trailer after we watched the movie, and like partway through the trailer, I'm like, do they spoil it in the trailer? And, so far so good in the trailer, and of course, they end up spoiling what the movie's about. And like I say, I don't want to comment on what the movie's about if you haven't seen it, but I'll simply say that the twist is very cool. It's very cool. It's very cool, dude. And radical, I might as well throw that in there, and awesome and bodacious. But the twist is really cool, and I gotta say, like, for being like a more independent, low-budget-ish kind of movie, the acting from the kids, from everyone, like all three of the main characters, is really good. Like the main kid, though, holy Hannah. I mean, wow. And I really, really love his buddy. And I was kind of bummed when he disappeared, but luckily he comes back, because the kid who plays his buddy, all the kids are great, but the main kid and like the kid who plays his buddy, like they just really, really good casting in this movie, and really entertaining to just watch the performers, the young performers. The older I get, the more I appreciate like teen performers, and like if you've got really strong teen performers, it's like, wow, that's really impressive. So pretty much all I can say without spoiling the movie is it's just about this babysitter who babysits this kid, and his buddy comes over, and the chaos or whatever, you know, the thrilling stuff that ensues on, you know, I don't think it's Christmas Eve or anything. It's Christmas holiday, I mean Christmas season. And one thing I wanted to mention is that, like, I don't know if this is supposed to take place in Chicago, but I was really impressed with the opening credits because they showed outdoor exterior winter shots of whatever, which looked like real snow and stuff. So I was all giddy. I'm like, because being a Minnesotan, I'm like, wow, you know, I always, when there's a movie that, especially like a Christmas movie, thriller movie, that's supposed to take place during the winter, and you see exterior, you know, shots of the winter and stuff, and it looks real, I'm always impressed as a Minnesotan, like, wow, this actually looks real. But alas, it's just like the beginning opening credit sequence. I think the rest of the exteriors that take place at night in the backyard and things are probably in an indoor, you know, fake set, unfortunately, but at least they got some probably real winter, you know, outdoor shots at the beginning to set things up. But yeah, this is one I'll probably pick up on Blu-ray. I don't know if they're making it anymore. I did see like one under $10 on eBay. I should probably snatch it up. I want to say, does Welgo? I think Welgo USA distributed it, you know, North American Blu-ray. I just don't understand that company. Well, I understand it for, you know, most of the stuff they put out, but like Phantasm and this movie, it's just so weird to me. But that's pretty much all I can say without spoiling the movie. And what's cool is it's, you know, it's nod to, I can say this without spoiling it, like it does a wink to like Home Alone, just like the recent movie Violent Night does as well. There's more of a, I guess, horror, you know, gore. Well, I don't think you see anything on camera. It's implied, like a more gory version of a nod to Home Alone in this movie, which I appreciated. And yeah, it's funny, you know, that I can't really talk about this movie without spoiling it. But I will say that, you know, the three main kids, all the teens that, you know, it's just so weird to me being, you know, getting on in years thinking that, God, a movie when the three main characters are teens and they carry the movie just like so unbelievably well. I don't know if the girl is a teen or if she's early 20s or not, but you know, the two boys definitely have to be teenagers or whatever. But yeah, I was actually really impressed with this, and you know, I figured it'd just be a humdrum whatever 2015, 16, 17, just roll your eyes kind of movie, and not knowing anything about it going in and watching it, I was just like, wow, that's really cool. And the more I talk about it, the more I should probably scoop up the Blu-ray before it's like goes up in price or whatever. But 3 stars out of 4 stars for the whatever 21st century version of Better Watch Out, like a thriller, Christmas time thriller. I probably can't necessarily call it a horror movie. I suppose you could call it a kind of a horror movie. I guess maybe the word thriller is better suited to this movie. But yeah, a pretty bunch of fun, actually, and an unexpected bunch of fun. And like I say, yet another, like, you know, Christmas time movie added to the list. Like in 2020, what the hell was it, 22? Well, we didn't see it until 23, but Violent Night was added, and then early this year in 24, freaking, you know, The Holdovers was added, and now this, you know, 21st century version of Better Watch Out is added. It's just like, crap. Just like, you know, obviously me being an anal bastard, who wants to watch like Christmas holiday, you know, movies, you know, like these that take place around Christmas with lights and stuff any time of year but that time of year. So then you gotta feel like, you know, being obsessive compulsive like I am, you feel like you gotta cram all this stuff into this one time era in the year, this time frame in the year, you know, Novemberish, Decemberish, whatever. Anyway, as so often is the case, I'm rambling. If you haven't seen this movie, please do not watch the trailer. You know, maybe it's on YouTube. Just watch it. You know, it's you know, when I see a movie like this, I haven't really experienced this since, I don't know, like I say, it made me think of Unknown Origin and how I just went into that movie not knowing what it's about and just being like, wow, this is, you kind of didn't expect this movie to, you know, turn into this. A whole movie devoted to, you know, what Of Unknown Origin is about. It's like, it was really cool to see this movie maybe expecting one thing and then having it start like kind of you expected and then just go zhit, and be like, nope, it's not what you expected, and it's really a bummer. The trailer ruins it, but I guess that pretty much does it for my review. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so very much for watching, and as always, we'll catch you on the next video.